Chunky Trade here, going over some more FTT Fast Track Trading Discord drama. So I'm going to cover 4 topics today. Does FTT pay out? The good stuff, because I think that any video that's critical should also be balanced and have some of the positives too. I want to talk about the drama that the CEO Scott got involved in, and then I want to talk about Fast Track Trading poaching Sage from My Funded Futures. So does FTT pay out? I think they do. No, for sure they do. But look at any Discord you are in. The but here is that, yes, they pay, but they're massively delayed. People are getting approved, but it takes weeks for payment to be sent. And the support can't really help you because only Scott is authorized to send out payments. So my theory is that, they're so slow because they're new and everything is very manual, and that even if support understands your situation, even if you can get one of the moderators to understand your situation, there's literally nothing they can do because Scott has to do it. I don't use them yet, but I do have a good friend that did use them, and it took him over 1 month of badgering to get paid out. But hopefully that does improve, and I am hopeful that it does improve. But I'm gonna keep an eye on that. So here's a recent tweet from last week where they do the right thing. Apparently there was some rhythmic issues, and they are resetting all account balances from Friday, September 6th. They're going to be reset to the balance from the day before. That is a good thing. I like seeing companies do this. So they're on the right track. This is an encouraging post. This is from a while ago. Another good thing is that there's Scott highlighted a user that quit the 9 to 5 and is going full time with Fast Track Trading to do trading. That takes some guts to do, and it takes a lot of trust in Scott as the CEO to do that. So I hope Scott realizes that people are relying on these payouts to pay their bills, to earn their income. So I hope he runs the business in a manner that can make it sustainable. All right, so let's talk about the drama here. So this happened last week. So Scott himself, he posted these screenshots. This is a text message conversation he had with somebody that was allegedly maybe threatening him with a lawsuit or something. I don't know that much of the background on why these things started. But here's some noteworthy screenshots. So basically Scott calling this person the P word, and everything in green is from his point of view, right? So Scott saying you are the P word. He also calls this person, he uses the N word here. He also says, attorneys don't take EBT cards or food stamps, basically mocking this individual as somebody who doesn't have money, which I think is very inappropriate to do, because you literally have a prop firm. You're promising people that they can make an income on your platform. Why are you going and insulting somebody and saying that, oh yeah, like you're on EBT cards, you're on food stamps? That kind of goes against what prop firms promise. Hey, we promise you independence, we promise you a way to get out of your situation, and then you go and criticize him for, this guy's probably not even on food stamps, but you go and criticize just people who are struggling. That is really not a good look here. And then he also goes and says, oh, I got my Ferrari outside. I do not like to see anybody in the trading community brag about Ferraris, because it's just not practical. Also, some people did get offended about his use of the N-word here. I personally don't think that he was intending to be racist here, but I certainly can't, because I don't want to get into it, but I just don't get that from here. But I can certainly sympathize with people who do get that. And this is another reason why we want the CEO to be more professional, right? You have not earned your status to act however you want, like the T-Mobile CEO or Elon Musk, right? They had a lot of accomplishment, then they could kind of do whatever they wanted. You're not there yet, Scott. This trader right here, she's African American, and she took offense to him making fun of food stamps and ABT and using the N-word. So she's not going to be a customer. Do we want to be, given that prop firms make money from failed evals, do we really want a CEO that's alienating customers by his antics? No, we do not. We want there to be long-term sustainability here. And unfortunately, this young woman, she took offense to that. So now gonna move on to some more drama here. This is between the CEO of My Funded Futures. This is with Matt. He's the CEO. They were getting into an argument in the Fast Track Discord here. So Scott is basically bragging like, hey, my firm is 90 days old, and we're basically double the size, doubling your daily revenue. And Matt is just like, okay, feels wonderful here. And I really don't know what instigated it here, but I know Matt has a history of getting into it. I think he's gotten into it before with the CEO of Top Step before. So there could be no innocent parties here. But Scott did say some weird stuff here. He said, oh, so he's mocking him for doubling his revenue in 90 days. I don't even know that if that's true, because none of these prop firms post their revenue, really. And even if they do, we don't know if it's true. But the CEO, Matt, shared a screenshot of Scott saying, if they're old enough to pee, they're old enough for me. That is really sick. And it's like, almost borderlines pedo. Like, I mean, it's really, really weird here. Anyway, he also says this T word, which is really inappropriate. And he tells the CEO Matt, you'll be working at Bed Bath & Beyond, and your prop firm's going to be finished when I'm done with it. And I mean, I think on the one hand, this is kind of fun to watch, but on the other hand, you're only 90 days old. You really, I mean, are you going to be able to pay out people in 3 months when they can take uncapped payouts? I want to see that. Like, I don't like to see this braggadociousness when I feel like you're like Icarus. You're flying too close to the sun, and it makes me a little bit concerned about this leadership. So somebody here was defending Scott, saying, oh, Elon told the CEO of Disney to go F himself, and Elon's the greatest CEO out there. So, spare me on how a CEO should behave. Well, Elon definitely earned it. By the time he told the Disney CEO to F off, he was already, successful. He had already like 4 or 5 successful businesses to his name, and he was one of the richest people on the earth when he said that. It's a very different situation, especially given the nature of the prop firm business, where people are so concerned about getting paid out and scammed, and how the nature of the business relies on people to fail challenges. We want a CEO that I want to see Scott be the Scott that I saw at the beginning of this video, right? The one who said, hey, this guy took a chance on FTT and decided to go full time and quit his job. Or, I like to see the fast track trading where they say, hey, Rhythmic screwed up. We're taking the pain, and we're gonna go ahead and reset everybody's account. That's what I like to see. More of that, and less of like this meanness or this braggadociousness. I think he still has to earn it, and I don't think he's there yet. So a little bit more on the positive side, and this may be related to why there's so much drama between Matt from My Funded Futures and Scott. But Sage from My Funded Futures just announced that they're quitting My Funded Futures and joining Fast Track Trades as a COO. Now, Sage was a pretty high up position. So I don't know exactly what Sage's position was, but apparently, like, some people say that they were the risk manager there or something, some high up position there. Wow, and this has 120K views. But the reason why I know Sage is because Sage would join different Discords I was in and basically say bad things about Apex and how Apex is not sustainable and everything. And, just criticize other prop firms all day long and tell people to switch to My Funded Futures, So it's just funny, like, oh, you were joining people's Discords, saying bad things about all other prop firms. Now you're switching to another prop firm. It's just a little bit funny. Lanto, who's a very famous trader, basically he put out a funny tweet like, yeah, like this guy was, saying all this stuff about how this is not sustainable, that's not sustainable. Then they joined Fast Track Trading. Like, one of the things he would say, and this is literally the same Sage from Discord, he was criticizing, 20 accounts won't be here much longer. He was basically criticizing Apex allowing people to trade 20 accounts. He's like, Apex is not sustainable. 20 accounts is not sustainable, blah, blah. Now, Fast Track Trading lets you do 40 PA accounts, right? 20 individual and 20 via an LLC. So where's that criticism there? It's so funny how people can change on a dime. But overall, I do think Sage joining My Funded Futures is good for FTT because it gives them some credibility. Like, hey, you're having somebody who's worked at another prop firm and they can help you do business. I think that this is overall a positive. Funny thing I want to highlight. My Funded Futures has a no scalping rule. Like, you basically can't get less than 5 points on NQ, and sometimes I get 6 points on NQ. Sometimes I break even. So I definitely don't like that rule, which is why I have not tried My Funded Futures yet. I have Top Step accounts and Apex accounts, just so everybody knows. And so the CRO Ryan from Fast Track saying, "Oh, that's not going to happen." Yeah, so that's a little bit encouraging.